Every man you've ever been with has cheated. I'm gonna tell you that first. Whether they
You know what? This is where you separate the men from the boys. This is where you separate the men from the boys. I used to ask God, like, God, why didn't you make me a man? Life would have been so much easier because I just got so much masculinity and I just don't respect them. Like, I just feel like they're beneath me. Like, they ain't got no sense. And, God took me on this journey that I had to realize, like, God didn't make me a man because I would have been a hell of a man. Okay? I would have been a wonderful man, and that's why God made me a woman. A wonderful. Put that wonderful in front of the man. Woman, okay? For short. You know what? I honestly thank God for the fall from grace that I experienced in my life because the restoration made so much more sense. Because if I never was weak, if I never experienced so many things, if I never experienced the dark side of a lot of things, then I wouldn't have been able to understand it. I wouldn't be able to learn from it because I would have looked down on it like that is just pitiful. And I just don't understand. That really truly would have been me because even in all my weakness and even when I was the same, I still kind of had my nose up like, ugh. Which is probably why I was so hard on myself because, ugh. But let's thank God for restoration because, baby, now I'm back. Back to where I have always been from the beginning, before I was violated, before I lost myself, before I failed, before I became the weakest version of myself, before I wasn't true to myself, all those things, because I would have been y'all pappy, mentor, big G, not the little. Cause y'all be acting real delusional. So when I hear males speak this way, all I hear is their insecurities, um, their sense of self worth, and the fact that they don't even understand the purpose of the man. That is what I truly hear when I hear people see that. And I also hear the manipulation to the woman. If I can convince women that all men vibrate this low as me, they will stay in hell with me. They will come down here for me. Baby, all men don't act like that. See, when we talk about men protecting and all these things, we tend to forget how men are supposed to protect you from their own self destruction. And if you think that that boy right there ain't a walking self destruction, who eyes are we looking at? You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, I give people grace because I've been walking self destruction myself. So I understand how you can become your worst enemy. But I also understand how you can be saved from that and how you can master yourself and have self-discipline and how it is important for you. There are men out here who are actually masters of themselves because the thing about womanhood and manhood is that you actually have to elevate in some areas, right? Or else you just get older but you don't necessarily mature. So when you hear men speak like this, or when you hear the male species speak like this, baby, turn the other cheek, because he not talking to you. He's not talking to you. And if you don't believe that he's not talking to you, let me remind you of this. So you know how people like to use the Bible, right? You know, we talk about the Bible over here. So you know in the beginning when it made him and her, he and she, them, right, in the image. And how it always talks about the woman is the reflection of the man, right? He should respect her as he respects himself. Obviously, he don't respect himself. But I want you to really think about this when you listen to them. If you could be faithful, if you could be strong, why can't he? This boy get on here all day long talking to them girls about how he the leader, how they need to do this, and all he do, and y'all see it with y'all own eyes, is lead them to hell and chaos and misery and sorrow. How many tears they gotta shed? If you can be faithful, if you can master yourself, if you can overcome lust, because people are beautiful. People are beautiful, and you're at your weakest when the other person get to acting up, right?